KC Concepcion. Dude, I really like this dude. I really do like this dude. And excuse me if I'm mispronouncing the name wrong. I know I just made a Nick Emanwari video and people were upset that I said Almanwari. I apologize. Sometimes with these names, when I'm just talking, I just getting into a flow and I'm not paying attention. And I apologize. Got to clean that shit up, right? But let's talk about KC, man, because I really was pretty hyped about this dude coming out of Texas A&M. So you'll see 2023 to 2024, 839 receiving, 460. Then he goes to Texas A&M, has 919, 9 touchdowns, and a little bit of rushing in there too, 75, along with some punt returns. So you kind of just put this dude everywhere. Kind of put him everywhere. He didn't run in the 40. But his on-field speed shows he's a very twitchy wide receiver. So you'll see this play right here. We got him down at the bottom of the screen right here, off to the left. Let's see what he can do on this play up against, I believe, is Auburn. And I mean, look at that route, dude. Really clean post up, finds a soft spot in the zone, post up for his quarterback. But look at the yak after the catch, dude. I mean, look at this. Splits the defenders right here. Look at that. Look at that spot. Runs this route really well. Look at that. Lays it on him. But look at the yak, dude. Like, look at this. 1. Makes the guy miss. Then boom. 2, 3. Like, he is a 5'11 wide receiver, but he plays much larger than his actual size of what they say. Because I absolutely love the way he plays, dude. He's a very tough wide receiver. Sometimes when you get those fast twitchy guys, you'll get toughness, right? But I feel like KC is just after he catches the ball, he's probably going to make a guy miss, or he's probably going to break a tackle. All right, on this play, we got him down at the bottom of the screen right here. Let's see what he can do on this play. Looks like the DB is a little bit off ball. And look at that dig route, man. I mean, he didn't get the ball. They threw it inside, right? But look at this. Boom. Boom. Then that second surge. Look at the defensive back fall on the ground. Come on now, man. Making the defensive back look stupid. But let's just watch this. Look at this. Really nice. Post him up. Am I going to go outside? Am I going to go outside? Am I going to go inside? Boom. Breaks inside. And then one more. Boom. Hits the dig. Flat route. Really clean route. Quarterback ended up throwing it to this wide receiver. But KC was wide ass open on this, dude. He was wide ass open. And one thing I'd like to mention when it comes to KC, he is one of those wide receivers in college football. If he would have had better quarterback play, he probably could have went crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he honestly probably could have went crazy. Before we decide to move on, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater, all right? Do those 2 things. Follow me up Instagram top left, but let's dive straight back into this. So we got KC up at the top. Let's see what he can do on this play up against Arkansas. Again, making the guy miss. And I mean, again, he did not get the ball, but he's getting open. He's running these routes so clean. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. Boom. And the defensive back is honestly playing it pretty well. Like, the defensive back has sticky coverage up to this point. But look at KC Concepcion. Look at this. The footwork, bro. Literally shaking off guys, but he just doesn't get the ball. And, you know, like, a quarterback just got the ball out faster. But a quarterback that has a weapon like this in certain offenses, especially in the NFL, I feel like Shedeur or Deshaun Watson is probably going to get him the ball if he can get open consistently, like we're seeing in some of these plays. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at this. Kind of sets his guy up, sets the defensive back up. Then look at this, breaks inside. Boom. It just makes the guy fall down. I absolutely love it. All right. On this play, looks like the defensive back is coming out of press. Got KC down at the bottom right here. Watch him on this play. Crosses him up, takes the inside. Look at that. Look at the footwork and look at the route, man. Again, another one where he's not getting the ball, but just look at this. Boom. And right off the bat, like he sets him up, making the defensive back think he's going to go out. But look at this. Boom, off his left, goes back inside. And look at this. We're drawing the safety over here. Look at this. Stems inside like a post, maybe a deep crosser. Nope. Boom, bells back out, gets open. This is open in the NFL. We all know this. And his quarterback threw it too late, doesn't lay it on him, and he's just not able to get it to him. And I'm sure this guy's a pretty decent wide receiver when it comes to, like, you know, dragging his feet out of bounds. Sometimes you don't really get to see that out of some of these guys in college, and they really start to show it off in the NFL. But I bet you he's pretty good at it. And right here, he got open, man. Like, look at that. Drawing the safety and the corner. All right, on this play up against Texas, looks like we got him up at the top of the screen right there. What can he do against Texas, man? It's a good team. It's a good team. Hits the stick, and I mean, look at that, dude. That is a tough catch. Proceeds to get upfield. Maybe if he even would have got better blocking, he maybe even could have got further. But I mean, look at this. This is a very tough catch. You know, like we're talking about a linebacker. Is that? I'm pretty sure that's a linebacker right there. Yeah, and look at that. Linebacker going for the ball. He does a really good job of reaching out, snagging the ball, so the linebacker's not able to pick that thing off. And then again, like we talked about, you know, earlier, like look at the yak, dude. Contact, gets upfield, catches a little bit of a block right there. Could have been better, but this could have turned into a massive play. I really love his grit after he catches the ball. You know what I mean? Like we talked about his size. What do they have him listed at? 5'10", 5'11". I really feel like he plays like a larger wide receiver, like 6'2", 6'3". So I really liked that play from KC. All right, on this play, looks like we got him up at the top of the screen right here on an island up against that corner. One safety high. Let's see what we get on this play. And he's gonna go deep. And again, look at that, crossing the face of the corner, dude, and catching that thing in traffic. I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this right off the bat, right? So look at this. Gonna post him up outside. Boom, breaks back inside. He's open right here. He easily, you know, he's just sticking to the play call, right? But he easily could have got open on like a crosser, quick crosser, a slant, a dig, anything. Look at all this open field right here in man-to-man coverage. And his route running is just so clean. And I mean, look at it. The ball came late. The safety got there, but he knows that contact is coming. Look at this up at the top of the route. And he still reels this thing in, knowing there's going to be contact, reaching out for the ball, mind you. Still reels it in. And dude, I absolutely love it. Look at that. Boom. Taking on the hit from the safety. And he has the corner on his backside. Reeling that shit in. Come on, man. You can't ask for it any better than that. You can't. All right, then we have this play. Again, coming out of shotgun, got him down at the bottom of the screen right here. Let's see what he can do on this play. And he's gonna run a deep dig in the back of that end zone. Look at him snag that thing out of the air, man. Another angle right here. Look at this. Just goes up and snags that thing out of the air. But that route was really clean. All right, then we have this play. Looks like we got him in the middle of this trips. Looks like they're coming out of shotgun. And yeah, we got a trips right here. We got him in the middle. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if they're in a zoner, man. Oh, did I freeze this shit? Oh, I was like, what's happening? It's the way I recorded it. All right, let's see what he can do on this play. I'm pretty sure they're in a zone, so let's see what he can do. And look at him snag that thing out of the air, man. I mean, just like we saw earlier. Look at that. I really wish that he would have done the vertical jump, because I'm like, dude, he honestly looks like he has a 40+ vertical inch jump. Look at that. Going up and snagging that thing out of the air. Up against Notre Dame, mind you. All right, now look at this route. Up against the Auburn corner. Let's see what he can do right here. Again, crossing the face. And this is just one where the quarterback's not able to get it from him, right? Pretty sure that it's probably a safety right there too. And look at him get over the top and cross that cornerback up. Look at this. Boom. Breaks off, explodes, gets vertical. Instantly, he knew that he was wide open. Look at this. Right here. He's like waving, hit me the ball, hit me the ball. But the quarterback is just not able to get him the ball, but he got wide open right there. Look at that. And this is another thing, okay? So we talked about him a wide receiver. We mentioned earlier punt return. Look at him as a punt returner. I absolutely love wide receivers that can also punt return, because that means they're a real threat on the field. Whether they're receiving the ball, which they're typically doing most of the time, or even rushing, right? There's plays where this dude got fly sweeps and would take it into the end zone. Watch him right here up against LSU. I absolutely love guys that are return specialists. Look at this. Snags this thing, reads his blocks really well, but look at him get upfield. Catches some blocks, weaving in and out of traffic. Look at that. And then it's just off to the races. Nobody's catching him. 84. Just give up. Just give up. Look at KC take off right there. But yeah, you know, the Cleveland Browns adding KC along with adding Denzel Boston from Washington later in the draft. You know, I'm pretty sure they selected him in the second round. I absolutely love it. They take the tackle from the Utah Utes, Tevin Jenkins, and yeah, dude, the Browns, they have a couple pieces that they need to add on their offensive line. I like their right guard, Tevin Jenkins, But I mean, you look at Malachi Corley, Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, whoever. Sometimes it's just like, what the hell is even going on there? The Browns have a lot of young guys in that wide receiver room who give Shadur or Deshaun, I'm gonna say Shadur though, some really good weapons. And then you add Quinshaw Judkins off of injury from that. Quinshaw Judkins was balling, son. He was balling. So I'm expecting, I'm not sitting here saying that the Cleveland Browns are going to be incredibly good or anything. But what I am saying is that bringing over Todd Monken, you add these pieces. I really thought that they had a good draft. And I'm really excited for this Cleveland Brown offense. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. Would love to have you around, man. Would love to have you around. But appreciate you watching. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I'm outie. Deuces.